my Echo Casters, Synth Renegades. What is happening? It is I, Echo Kraft, coming at you in a synth car episode on my way to the coal mine. Woo! Yes, sir. I'm back in the saddle. Third day being back at work. Super Booth Aftermath. That's what this is all about. So we saw a lot. We heard a lot. We saw the synthesizer mafia in full swing, full shill. And watched Samurai stream today. And disagreed with a lot of stuff that he said. Because that's what I do. I disagree with people. Especially, it's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. I don't have to freaking sugarcoat anything. Since Samurai and a few other people were ragging on the Moog Messenger, saying,
It's not Moog. Moog lost everything way back in 1980s.
the fuck out of here. You know what? I ragged on Moog for a lot of things. I've owned Moog products, so I can do that. Okay? And I own Moog products again. But,
It's in music now. They're not really Moog. It's not Moog. It's really in music. And the Messenger it's ugly. It's all black. It doesn't have a screen.
come on, guys. If you haven't touched the thing and you haven't played it yourself, you don't have a fucking opinion on it. That's the way I look at it. I haven't touched it. You know what? It could suck. I could fucking buy one and I get it and I play it and I'd be like, this is a piece of shit. But that's not, what else did I hear from Samurai?
It's all the patches sound the same. All the presets sound the same. Big deal about the wave folding. Who cares about the bass oscillator? Who cares?
Right? First of all, wait, this is my favorite one.
I want to see a poly. I want to see poly aftertouch on a modified.
That's okay. Am I ranting? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love Synth Samurai. I love all the Renegades. But I'm going to disagree with them because disagreeing for me is what I do. Again, I never played a Moog Muse. Right? And I mean, I never, I bought one.
Oh, the Moog Muse is only worth $2,000. It's not worth it.
I never played a Muse, and I bought one. And you know what's great? If I thought it sucked and it didn't sound good, I'd send it back. Simple as that. Right? And then you got John Costello, the synth pioneer, synthesizer pioneer. Whose real name is Synth Punk, by the way. And he's like, the Messenger sucks. The Moog Muse is overpriced and it sucks. Right? The synthesizer pioneer extraordinaire. Listen. And then he goes, makes a video.
Everybody, freedom of speech. Everybody has their freedom of speech.
That's right. Everybody has a freedom of speech. And my opinion is I like it. It's my opinion. Okay? And your opinion is you think it sucks and you don't like it. Now, people saying awful mean things about people because they have a difference of opinion is stupid. That's what makes America great. We all have a difference of opinion. We can say whatever the fuck we want. Freedom of speech. But people in this fucking state don't know how to fucking drive. Move, you fucking retard. Jesus fucking Christ. Sorry. Anyway, it's freedom of speech, right? Freedom of opinion, freedom of thinking. I get it. You chastise somebody because they don't fucking like, they don't like your opinion, or if you don't agree with them, that's just wrong. And I agree with John on that stuff. You didn't need to physically or mentally or verbally attack someone because you don't like their opinion on something, And it's like, when I did it, when and John knows that when he said, "Oh, the Mog Messenger sucks," and I said, "You suck." How's that? That's my opinion. But to seriously attack someone and shit all over them because you think you're right, it's not how it works. You might get away with that in your own circles, but it doesn't work that way in the real world, especially in the United States of America. So, we've already gone through a whole fucking 4 years of not, watch what you say. Don't hurt anybody's feelings. Make sure you call them by their pronouns. He, she, they, them, bafangul. The fuck out of here. So anyway, sorry, I just fucking went off on a rant. Again, when you buy a synthesizer, you play it. There's going to be pros and cons. There's going to be things you like about it. There's going to be things that you hate about it. There's going to be things that you say, geez, I wish they did this, right? And if it comes down to the whole thing, you just don't like it after a while. That's why most places give you, I know Guitar Center gives you what, like 30 days to return something? That's insane, right? Because, within the first couple of weeks of owning something, whether you like it or not, or that there are features on it that you just sit there and go, this isn't for me, So, I mean, again, you buy something, you like it, you don't like it, you send it back. And I just get really pissed off when people say, oh, I don't like it. Now, I might like a PB12 if I play one. I don't know, maybe I will. But from what I've heard and the demos I've seen, it's a beautiful synthesizer and it's built like a tank. It sounds great, but it's not the sounds that I'm looking for. It's not, these are not the droids I'm looking for. So it's not my cup of tea. Okay? So that's why I went with the Moog Muse, because it had things and it sounded the way I compose. It had sounds on it that I enjoy, that I like. And now that I own one, it's very easy to program and very easy to come up with your own patches. And I like that. Not saying the PB12 isn't like that. Now, the other thing was, today was, oh, the Mantis blows it away. It blows away the Messenger. Come on. And then the talk was, well, you could change the end cheeks to every color that you want because they're magnetic and you can have them 3D printed. And who gives a fuck about end cheeks? Is that going to make your synthesizer sound better? Because you can have fucking green or shocking pink or fucking electric blue or wooden fucking side panels? And other people are like, where's the wood on the Messenger? How come there's no wood? Does every synthesizer have to have wood on it? Yes, it looks nice. I got a lot of synths that have wood on the sides. It's nice. But is that's going to be your opinion that something sucks because of that? Come on. I own a Hydra synth. It's got metal sides. I own a Juno X. It's got plastic or wood, not plastic, but I don't know what the fuck it is. It's hard plastic sides. You know, did it make me want to buy the synthesizer? Oh God, it doesn't have wooden sides. I can't. I'm not even gonna go near that thing. You know, if that's a selling point or a marketing point, that a synthesizer is so cool and it's upgradable because it's got wooden, it's got end cheeks that you can swap out. That's a little pathetic as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, it's a fun feature, but I'm not going to justify my purchase around that. Does the synth sound good? All the demos I've heard of the Mantis, I wasn't impressed. You know, another thing I heard this morning. There's no delay or reverb, chorus, or anything on the Messenger. Coming from a guy who uses pedals, I don't know. Sorry, Samurai, for calling you out, but bro, come on. You know, not every synthesizer has to have effects on it. Matter of fact, old school synthesizers have no effects on them. I was talking to Hans last night, and Hans bought a Messenger, and he's buying it because, you know, none of his old synthesizers in his studio do MIDI CC. And, you know, they do MIDI, but they didn't have CC. They didn't have CC available back then. You know, I'm sure he's going to love the sound. I'm sure he's going to enjoy it. It's a small form factor. But, like, you know, I just don't get, like, the whole attitude towards something that nobody's seen. You know, all the demos didn't suck. I watched some great demos on that synth. You know? Some of the stuff at Super Booth I thought was really cool. I thought there was some good stuff there. It's Super Booth, you know what I mean? It's geared around synthesizers and technology and in the synthesizer world. The Erica Synths drum machine, wasn't impressed with it. Sorry. But you know, it's a drum machine. It'll tickle somebody's fancy. Didn't tickle mine. And I love drum machines. So yeah, wasn't impressed. There were a couple other synthesizers. The PPG. The third wave module, the new one with the big screen, I don't know what the fuck it's called. Wasn't impressed. I could care less. Just me. It's my opinion. You know? Other people drooling over it, wanting to buy one. That's cool. Do you. You do you, I do me. Right? I don't know. You know, what was it? Samurai said he'd rather buy, what was it, an MS-20 or something, or I forget what it was, over the Messenger. And I was like, yeah, good luck with that. You enjoy that. You know, Mr. John Costello, the synthesizer pioneer, says that everybody, you all have to go gaga and Google over the latest fucking thing, and you know, blah 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 blah. No, that's the point of shows like NAMM and Super Booth and Synthfest, is to show new products. And yes, there are some of us who'd go, wow, look at that, that's cool. Geez, I'd like to get one of those. Wow, look at that, that's pretty cool. Wow, that's neat. I can't afford that. It's just showing people what's out there, what's new. Is it changing the world? No. Is synthesizers more available at our what's the word I'm looking for? Accessibility? Like we can buy whatever we want now. Look at Behringer. Behringer has turned the synthesizer world on its head because you can afford anything and enjoy it and have fun, because that's what it's all about, guys. It's all about having fun and making music, and stop fucking bitching and moaning about, oh, this synthesizer doesn't have that. Well, go buy something else. I get it. It's your opinion. Great. Again, I'm not gonna rag on something that I know nothing about and haven't physically touched. And again, I ragged on the PB12. I bought a Muse. If I didn't like the Muse, I would have sent it back. Maybe I would have bought a PB12. If I didn't like that, I would have sent it back and I would have got something else. Will I ever buy a synthesizer that expensive again? Probably not. Just saying. I think the price of these things is a little bit ridiculous. I think that for the price of the Mantis, it's not worth it. And for the price of the Moog Messenger, I think it's up there with anything Behringer makes, and some Roland synthesizers, some Korg stuff. It's up there. TE-05, right? I mean, I think it's the perfect synthesizer. It's a good entry-level synth for $8.99. It was like, oh, everything's made in China. Moog's not Moog anymore. Not for nothing, ladies, gents, he, she, they, them, Bafangul, but everything's made in China. And I think Mr. El Trumpiempo just signed a big deal with China. So we'll see what happens with this tariff scene. What does Samurai call them? Pelicans? What's he call them? I forget the fuck he calls them. I'm not worried about tariffs, to be honest with you. And if you want to learn about them, do a little investigation, go back in history and learn about them. It's very interesting. It'll blow your mind how the United States is being and was being ripped off by other countries' imports and stuff, and exports. So, just look it up, read about it. I thought it was interesting. I do my research before I start criticizing anybody, politician or government bullshit, because it's all what it is bullshit. But listen, I'm at the coal mine right now. Lovely chat. I wish I could see everybody in the chat. I can't because I'm driving, but have a blessed day, and thank you for joining. And like I always say, stay frosty, stay creative. Peace.